Outlaw Sports is brought to you by Molson Canadian, made from Canada, and Rocky Mountain Barbecue, Alberta barbecue cuisine at its best. Renee Zellweger.
Trying to get me to spit?
Renee Zellweger. Can I move? I wanted to ask you something. The Stampeders didn't take long to get rid of Lyle Bauer and bring in a new guy.
Gordon Norrie.
Yep. Another media guy coming in, and of course the Flames having a big input into this. Your take on this? They're following suit with what perhaps is a trend, and boy, football certainly is a copycat league. But it started with the the BC Lions, and now the Calgary Stampeders have a new president with media backing, which gives confidence to guys like you and me still looking for that CFL job.
Do I like it?
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about Gordon Norrie. I think, from what I understand, he's real into marketing, maybe more so than Lyle Bauer was. So his job description is going to be totally into that area, more so the business side and the marketing side. I thought it was interesting. Ken King said to Gordon Norrie, or said about Gordon Norrie when he was hired last week, his job is to fill the building, fill McMahon Stadium. As you know, Mike, in the last couple of years, I don't think their attendance has been that good. It's been off a little bit. There has been some good, or really, maybe, I don't even think Labor Day's been sold out. I don't know. So I think that's his number one job. My question is, I don't know if the Stamps are about selling out McMahon Stadium. Is it 36,000 or 34,000 and change? If that's possible right now. I don't think it's possible. And I think the main reason is the facility. As an entertainment venue, as a place to go, is not a fun and a nice, conducive place to having a good time. It's old-fashioned football facility.
Grant, do you not think it's the culture that they've developed out there under John Hufnagel? A paranoid culture with his little hack buddy, Mike Petrie, that are afraid to do anything outside of their control. Do you not think that the CFL and the way TSN wants a monopoly on everything that is shot video-wise, do you not think that these things are not coming to bite them right in the ass, and they deserve this? And I'll tell you why, Grant.
Let me just interject. I know the role you're on,
yep.
But how does that affect the average fan? How does that get to them?
When was the last time you went down there, did a great story that you were proud of, and had the video that you needed, like I used to do when Wally was there and when Ron Rook was there? And I know Ron Rook was the president, but he's still the best marketing guy they've ever had. And maybe you have to go old school on something like that. Maybe you have to go back, and maybe you have to give up a little this paranoia, because folks, it's still about putting seats into the seats. And when you're afraid of certain guys, I mean, really, all the characters are gone. Like all the characters that used to be on that team and were fun to cover and fun to do things, they're gone. It's all about control up there. It's an environment, I think, Grant, that really comes across, and maybe the public's just a little tired of it.
Maybe true.
But
maybe
seriously,
true. They still have Nick Lewis. They still have some guys who are public names, but
they want to get rid of Nick Lewis so bad, Grant, right now. John Hufnagel is so pissed off at Nick Lewis, but he continues to play great football. So they're not going to make a move on him. They don't like what he says on Twitter. They don't like what he says to the media, because it kind of gets out of their control. No, Grant.
I tend to agree with the Stamps on Nick Lewis. He says some dumb, stupid things.
I'm sure.
That's not good, Mark. You don't want colorful players like that. He did some stupid things on Twitter. So don't say we want more guys like Nick Lewis.
No, but, I'm just saying, they want to get rid of him. That's all I'm saying. But the way he plays football, really, they can't.
You raise a good point, is that, guys like Henry Burris and Kenyon Rambo.
Yeah.
Yes, the colorful guys who you can market and people can, adhere to and understand that I want to go see that guy, have gone. That doesn't suit John Hufnagel's personality or Mike Petrie's personality, who's the assistant general manager behind the scenes. That may be true. But winning trumps all that. And then if I want to go to a nice facility where it just looks cool, and like McGill Stadium in Montreal for the Alouettes. The Stampeders have to get a better facility. They know that. Their ownership group, the Flames, want that too. So I don't know if Gordon Norrie can get that, from what you said too, about a sort of a beige team as far as personalities and a crummy facility, if he can sell out. I don't know if that's realistic under the current circumstances.
The last time they won a Stanley Cup
was a long time ago.
The last time the Stampeders won a Stanley Cup, John
Grey
Hufnagel. The last time the Stampeders won a Grey Cup was under John Hufnagel as a coach, since he's took over both roles.
Wait a sec, Mike. They went. We're getting off topic.
No,
here now.
I'm making a point. Just let me make a point for once.
He went to the Grey Cup last year.
Okay, but they didn't win. But the last time they won it, the players liked John Hufnagel as a coach. Not so much when you have a coach and GM title, because you're trying to screw guys on the contract, and then you want to play for them. You want him to play, get you to play for him on the field. Getting back to this TSN thing, Grant, and the monopoly they have on the media. You guys have to step back.
You know, Mike, I don't think it's as much as TSN as you think.
Sure it is, Grant. I know for a fact, Grant, because when I produced Stamps TV...
Yeah, but that was a while ago. You know what's come into play more now? And I've seen this with the Stamps and the Flames, because I'm there every day and trying to get access. Teams now have their own TV stations. Flames TV and Stamps TV websites. The Flames are huge in producing their own stuff.
Do you not think I know this, Grant? I produced a show for them for 5 years. And the reason it never got produced again, because Petrie was scared of the competition. You know what, Grant? When I was renegotiating, I was giving these guys a $500,000 TV show a year. They were getting 4 times a week on Sportsnet, including 1 prime time slot. What the hell is wrong with that? So when the negotiations came, and nobody knows this, they said, okay, here's the 2 conditions. We want to do the show under these conditions. You have to buy the show from us, and Mike Petrie has to clear all of your stories. And I said, that ain't going to friggin' happen, I guarantee you that. But I'm giving them this show. It's free marketing. There's not a bad thing about it, Grant. It's going out there. They haven't got that thing. They got their lame internet thing right now, which is just like propaganda. They don't show any bad things. You show an interception going the other way, it's not on there. But it's just what they want, the control they want to give out to the public.
I don't know much about the Stamps and their own website, but I know with the Flames it is very strong. They have their own production staff. They have people that go on the road with them, and an attractive woman, as a matter of fact, and it's a visual thing that they want people to go to. So they protect that from other media, and I think that's playing a little bit of a part in the...
You've got to have both, Grant. You've got to have both. You've got to get the working media accessibility. You've got to let them shoot some stuff. You've got to let them take the message out to the fans, because that's the whole thing here. The fans are the people that are paying the bucks. You got to give them the stories. In this town, a lot of news directors out there, they don't like the fact, well, how can we compete with TSN and Sportsnet? I'll tell you how. They only go out once a week or twice a week. You go out every day, you shoot a story on the Stampeders every day, you shoot a story on the Calgary Flames every day. You make this local market your own. You are better than them. You've got the accessibility. Maybe 2 stories a day on the Flames, Grant. That's how big it should be. But news directors now, they look at sport, and you know this more than anybody, they look at sports as a third-class citizen. Oh, it's not very important. Yet, you see the market that the Flames have in this town, and yet news directors seem to ignore that. Yeah. Why?
Well, I think you're wrong, first of all.
I don't.
News directors don't think that anymore. I mean, the recent research indicates that sports is on local conventional TV is on the upswing. Where about 5 years ago it was on the downswing. Now on the downslide. Now it's going up again. It's a slow tread, Grant. Because conventional TV has changed so dramatically. I truly believe, because I've gone to the Flames and said I want to do this, and they say, Grant, it's not the 80s and the 90s anymore. We've got so much other media right now. They're protecting their own. I think that's a big thing. So let's get back to our original thought with Gordon Norrie, the new president of the Stamps. If that is the case, then the Stamps he has to do a better job in doing exactly what you said. Totally agree. In getting the information, the stories, the fun aspect on whatever media there is out there. If it's Stamps TV or Outlaw Sports or on Global. They have to do more of that, and they need a better facility.
And maybe you get a guy like Ron Rook back there, but that'll never happen as long as Stan Schwartz is there, because they hate each other.
I don't know about that.
I do.
I don't know about that.